Hi, my name's John Cordy. People often say to me, what's your favourite pedal? And I say to them, how do you get in the bathroom? What's your name? Will you please leave and wait until I've flushed at least before you start asking questions? So, the answer to that question, once I've cleaned up, is the HX Stomp. I just wanted to do a little video explaining why I think that. That's been the case for quite a while now, and I'm not really sure where we go from here. So, I've got plenty of other expensive pedals and stuff. Things like collectible things like the TS10, Klon KTR, I still have one of those. I've also got, cheaper pedals, like bits and pieces from Boss that I really like. And all of that stuff's nice and cool and great, but none of it does for me the same job that the HX Stomp does. And what that does for me is, in a tiny box, relatively, I have access to, over 70 amps. I have access to loads of drives, loads of delays, and all that stuff. Not only that, I've got kind of 8 blocks that I can use and 2 signal paths. It's kind of cool. It's like a limited but unlimited little ecosystem of these 8 blocks and 2 parallel signal paths where you can do some pretty crazy stuff. So that intro there, that was all HX Stomp with an expression pedal. Yeah, there's a lot you can do with it. You can do dual amps, so I've got a preset that I'm looking at right here, which is a litigator going into an EQ, going into a cab, and then a parallel path where that's a Fullerton going into an EQ into a cab. Both of those are going into a reverb, making it an ideal pedal platform, that particular preset. There's loads of things you can do with it. I guess you already know that, it's not exactly breaking news, but I just want to explain what it is that I love about the thing. 3 snapshots. The HX Stomp XL has 4, but also it's, nearly twice the size, and you obviously get a bunch more buttons, but I don't think that necessarily beats the HX Stomp in terms of what that does and how that fits into people's boards. If there were things that I could sort of upgrade about the HX Stomp, maybe I'd give it a slight memory push so that you have those 8 blocks and they'd be, you could make them literally anything you like. So, if you have to be selective about what you're doing on the HX Stomp, so you can't, for instance, run 2 like Mark IV amp processors, or, you can't run necessarily lots of the poly pitch stuff, as well as amps and reverbs. You have to be a little bit selective. That's not always a negative. I think it can help you to kind of minimize your kind of thinking and be more kind of targeted in what you're doing, and also be creative. Maybe you use things like cab high cuts and you use snapshots to boost certain things and boost amp drive, all these kind of things that I like to do. But it would be cool if you could have those 8 blocks be literally anything you want in the HX Stomp. Trying to think of other things I'd change. There's not really much. Maybe add that 4 snapshot on for those people that want it, and then, I don't know. But basically it's only gotten way better over the last couple of years that it's been out. And yeah, really cool, really love it. And that's just some of the reasons why. It's also tiny, you know, relative to like a TS10. It's like the space of 2 pedals. You can kind of do an infinite amount of stuff. So yeah, let me know if I'm way wrong about this. What are your favourite pedals? Although there's, you know, individual drives and delays and all that sort of stuff that I really like, there's nothing that really comes close to this that I've got for 400 quid. I guess maybe the Podgo is a similar sort of thing, but obviously doesn't have the compactness. And it's an interface as well. Wild. I don't know, what's your favourite pedal? What would you take to a desert island if it had to be sort of relatively small?